Hi there, this is Bill Houston. This is a little video I wanted to make. There's a very important announcement coming up. Today is Sunday, May 21, 2017, and this is an announcement for a town of Fenton. There's a zoning board of appeals meeting, and there's also a meeting of the planning board. And I'm not sure of the exact times. I can't find it on the website, but I'm asking that all fractivists, all people that care about clean air and clean water in New York and Northeast Pennsylvania, would ask you to come to the Town of Fenton Town Hall on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. And I'm going to give you, stick with me for a minute, and I'm going to give you all the details that you need. But first, let me tell you a little bit about what this is about. So, it turns out that we started seeing these strange trucks in Vestal on 434, and they look kind of like this from the backside. And what you can tell is there's a little hazmat sticker that says 1971 right there. But it looks like just a regular kind of a box truck, like a FedEx truck, something you deliver boxes in, packages, right? So it turns out that these trucks are actually very high tech. They say XNG on the side, Express Natural Gas, Stratham, New Hampshire. That's what the cab looks like. The place they were going to in Vestal was kind of behind where the Sam's Club is. Sam's Club is down here. This is Old Vestal Road here. And this is there used to be a railroad bridge that came across like right here, I think. That right here, this is where it was. And they took the bridge out. The railroad tracks aren't there anymore. If you remember that little hook, it's kind of a narrow little section right there. Just before you get there, coming from the west, there's a little hook-off called Prentice Road. These trucks were coming in Prentice Road. That operation, and they were just changing the trailers around. We made some inquiries, and that operation has now ceased. This is a brand new operation, okay? This has only been going on since February. In the first week of operation, we believe, in mid-February, one of these trucks already flipped over. These trucks are very high-tech. Let me show you this. This is the truck. These, I'm using the wrong word. This trailer here is extremely high-tech. These things cost, are you sitting down? $500,000, $500,000. That's what these cost. Each one of these. They're called a Hexagon Titan XL. Hexagon Titan XL. And the company that's doing the shipping is called XNG. It's a privately held company. And so these are very expensive. And they're very high tech. And they were designed in Norway. I think these might even be built in Norway. Although they're kind of put together, they're screwdrivered together out west somewhere. They have it's called Hexagon Lincoln. I think it's in Nebraska, where they put these together. Okay, so this is the route they're taking, okay? Let's move this around a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So it starts out, this is New York, kind of coming down here. This is I think this is, that's the beginning that's the upper Delaware River. Come down like this. So this is I-81, Scranton's down this way. This is basically Binghamton area right here. Binghamton, New York. But this is Susquehanna County. This is the place where the big gas production is happening in Pennsylvania. The biggest producer in all of the Marcellus is in Springville, which is very close to here. This is along a pipeline. Here's Montrose. This is along a pipeline called the Laser Northeast. That was the old name. The new name is called the Williams New York Main Line. So this is a gathering line that comes up from the gas production field. There's gas production all over here. And so they built a new station, in Forest Lake, PA, Forest Lake. That's where this is. And they come up the North Road to 267. They take 267 north. When it hits New York, it becomes 26, and it comes into Vestal. And from Vestal, they used to do this little hook around on 434 back here to Old Vestal Road. There was a little depot operation at 440 Prentice Road, but that appears to be shut down right now. We're not sure exactly what they were doing and why they shut down. So they might come back to that facility. So the trucks come up like this. Now we believe they just, well, we know the route. They get on 1786 this way. They take 81 north and get on 88. And from 88, let me show you where they go. You're never going to believe this. So I'm not going to say the names, but there are some very, I would say, high-powered New York technical experts that have basically said, Bill, you are nutty if you're saying this is what's really happened. But this is the truth. I'm going to give you the truth. So this is at Oneonta. The trucks go north on... We should probably just try to zoom in a little bit. I think this is... Oh, it's 205. The trucks go north on 205, Mount Vision, Hartwick, right? Let's keep going. Do a little hook over by Burlington. Cooperstown is right here. They go up 28. And then through Richfield Springs. And then they go this way into Herkimer. And then they cut over this way to, I'm not sure what road this is. Oh, it looks like 5 maybe, to Little Falls. And this is where the station is. And the station is on the Iroquois pipeline. And I don't know if I can... Yes, look at this. Perfect. So this is the You Are Here nymap.org. I helped to work on this. This took a couple of years to put together. This is the New York gas infrastructure. So let's zoom in to this area up here. This is Binghamton. This is where the Constitution was going to go. And this is where the Kinder Morgan NED was going to go. Both of these are now dead projects. This is the TGP, the Tennessee Gas Pipeline, now owned by Kinder Morgan. They call this the TGP 300 line, going this way. And this is coming up through Ithaca, goes up to Cortland that way, and then it continues this way up to Utica and over. This is called the Dominion, and this is where they're expanding it, and that's called the New Market Project, Dominion New Market Project. But what's really interesting is that all the Dominion, the TGP, the Tennessee, and the Iroquois, this is the Iroquois going down this way, they all kind of intersect in this region, right around Utica, a little east of Syracuse, from Utica over here to, and notice this is where these big pipelines, these big transmission lines, so that was going to be, these two pipelines are both going to combine give about maybe 1.2 billion cubic feet, BCF, extra to this point. And then they were largely going to do two things. They were going to send it north on the Iroquois. That was called the Sono project. They were going to need to add compressors up here to push the gas north to Canada. But they also expected to send a lot of it this way to, could be Boston area, New England. But it also could be for Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, could go up to Canada, and maybe even be exported from Canada. So let's zoom in right here. This is, I believe this is right here. What does that say? That's the Minden compressor. That is being expanded as part of the New Market Project that was recently approved. And what's this? That's the Wright compressor. And is this thing not on here? Here's Little Falls. Here we go. CNG station, Express Natural Gas. This is where they're taking the gas to from Pennsylvania. Let's zoom out a little bit. That's the spot, right? I'm sorry, this is the spot right here. This is where it's coming from. So they're taking it by truck. They're taking it by truck up this way. They're taking gas. And right now, by our calculations, it's somewhere between 4% and 8% of the capacity of the Constitution, which was 650 MCF per day. 650,000 MCF per day. 650K. So they're doing like maybe 30K, or 30 right now, or 50. That's what they're doing. So by truck. So it's, between 4 and 8% by our calculations. They're building another new station in New Milford, and now what we've just learned is they're planning on building another station just outside of Binghamton in the town of Fenton, right up by where Otsoningo Park area, sort of like a little bit north and east of Broome Community College, if you know where that is. So there's a Town of Fenton Planning Board. So what I recommend is that you go look up the WBNG report, WBNG.com. They say what you need to know about the proposed natural gas compressor station. First of all, I think it's good that they're saying what you need to know, but it's not a compressor station. I mean, it's going to have a compressor on it, yes, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is not a compressor station that's just maybe an inline compressor or something. The purpose is to fill trucks with natural gas. And the name of the company they have it in the report, it's called NG Advantage. And it's let me show you where it is. Somewhere I had a really nice map. I think I have to do like this. So this is that's 81. This is 81 going north this way, okay? That's I-81 going north. This is Regal Cinema. This is Broome Community College over here. Jail's over here. These are homes, and these are businesses all along here. And this is where 88 cuts over and goes to the north. This is 88 going this way. So if you've ever come back 88, just before you take this exit, this last exit that goes to basically 81 south and to hooks up to 17 or 80, I-86, there's like a service road. So these trucks have to come along the service road right here and get to the site. The Millennium, by the way, the Millennium Pipeline comes across. You can see the cut when you drive up here on Route 11. Is that Route 11? I think that's Route 11 right there. So you can see the cut come down the mountain. So the Millennium comes down this way. It kind of cuts under the Shenango River. This is Shenango River. And then cuts down this way, across this hill. And that's where they want to put this stupid thing. And this is the town of Fenton going over this way. There's a little piece of the town of Fenton. And I think this is Port Dickinson. And this over here, I'm not sure what this is. I should know that, but I'm not sure what town this is. But it looks like 3 different towns come together at this point. So this is what I wanted to show you also about this new facility, NG Advantage, in the town of Fenton. We need to jump on this, people. All of my friends that were involved in fighting fracking in New York, we got to jump on this because this is a major deal and it's being snuck in under the radar and there's no regulation. There's nobody regulating this. I'm telling you, nobody's looking at this. This should be approved by FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, because it's definitely interstate and is very likely going to be for export at some point if they're not already doing it. So these trucks carry, let's go back to this really quick. These trucks, take to the last one. I call them bomb trucks. Other people have too. I don't think I invented that term. There was bomb trains, now there's bomb trucks. These really high-tech, $500,000 trailers carry 12 tons of methane, people. 12 tons. That's never been possible before, except for these lightweight composite materials, this carbon fiber. It's really like space-age stuff. And this is a shipping container. This is not a normal box trailer. It looks like one. It's total stealth. But it's a shipping container. They can put this on a train, and they can also put it on a boat. And they could send it to China. They could send it to India, who's ever paying the most for gas and can pay for the cost of all this trucking operation. Right now, we think there's 100 per day coming up. Some that had been coming through Vestal, through a very populated part of Vestal, where there's a big shopping district. And they're avoiding Vestal now. There's no telling if they're going to be back. So keep on the watch for these trucks. There's quite a number. Usually it's about, we've heard between 4 per hour and up to 8 per hour. So it's somewhere around 50 per day, but it could be as much as 160 per day. So here's some fun facts. This is interstate transport. These trucks that are coming up presently from Pennsylvania, but there's no FERC certificate, although it's clearly jurisdictional under the Natural Gas Act because it's interstate commerce in natural gas, and it might be export commerce in natural gas. That's FERC jurisdiction. There should be a federal environmental impact statement on this, and they snuck it in. There's no FERC. FERC isn't watching this. There's no environmental review at any level. Believe it or not, these 100 trucks, these bomb trucks, this huge brand new operation that's scaled up extremely fast to it's a very large scale operation. And there's no environmental review at any level of government. They petitioned the Public Service Commission in the state of New York, and they said, we don't think this is jurisdictional activity. And they said, yes, we don't think this is jurisdictional activity. Remember in Star Wars when it's like, these are not the droids you're looking for, and they use some kind of mind technique on them? That's the same kind of thing. It's like, these are not the droids we are looking for. That's the way they work with these governmental agencies. The governmental agencies are all looking the other way, and this massive operation is coming to your town. And especially if you live along the route, up here in this is very rural area up here through central Otsego County. It's a serious road hazard. And what would happen? What do you suppose is going to happen if 12 tons of methane I understand these trucks are really safe and they're very high tech, but let's imagine under some catastrophic scenario that one of these things blows up. What's the blast radius? Who's done the analysis of this? How many people are affected along the route, that live within that potential blast radius? This analysis has not been done, I'm telling you. So I have some numbers here that you can look at. By the way, if you want to get to this page, this informational page, where I have a lot of information about these trucks, you can go to tinyurl.com Vestal Bomb Trucks. tinyurl.com Vestal Bomb Trucks. It's on Bill Houston blog. You can find that on Blogger. So this is where you can find information, and I'm going to post on this page the information about the town hall meeting. It's the Zoning Board of Approval, the ZBA meeting in the town of Fenton. Please come to this. This is Tuesday, it's going to be Tuesday, May 23, at the Fenton Town Hall. Here's the address, 44 Park Street, Port Crane. Friends, you got to come to this. Come at 6 o'clock to the Fenton Town Hall, 44 Park Street, Port Crane. That's on Tuesday, May 23rd. Please come to this, because these guys in the town of Fenton, God bless them, I don't think they have any idea that this is a potential export facility it's a North American export facility, potentially. They have no idea about that. And these, the companies that are involved in this, there's two things I got to tell you, friends. Number one, they are not following many laws. They are skirting many laws. They're shady operators. And there's a lot more information about how shady they are that's going to come out very soon. And the other thing is that there's big money behind this. This, some people, my friend Craig says, like what is it? He says the 95th floor. There's a bunch of guys smoking cigars around this big table on the 95th floor. That's the guys that are planning this. This required by a reasonable calculation. Let me see if I can call this up really quick. Let's see if this is it. So, by a pretty reasonable calculation here, let me make it bold. For the Forest Lake station, the Mannheim station, and just the cost of the capital, right? The trucks and the trailers and the cost of building the station was about $60 million. And we're pretty sure about that. That's pretty close. That's within 10% of being right. Maybe 20. The drivers cost $3 million per year in operational costs. And there are there's probably a total of $4 to $5 million worth of operational costs. So this is a very capital intensive and financial intensive. There are big banks that are behind this thing, and that means the legislature is either being paid off or it's just somebody's doing an end run around them. We need some immediate. We're trying to get the New York State Attorney General to get interested in this because it looks like organized crime. I'm not kidding. Because they are really going out of their way to skirt the law and to keep this quiet. And, right, so how much does regulatory compliance cost a company in a year? The Constitution Pipeline, Williams must have spent millions of dollars writing the EIS and studying the route and doing their archaeological surveys and their wetland surveys and all these different things and holding public hearings. And all of the people, right? All of the, they call us, granola eating, barefoot hippies or something, right? So they say, all of us are going to, all of the Greens, the peaceniks, you're going to show up and they're going to, the antis, they're going to show up and they're going to fight this thing. And we've been very successful in New York at fighting these things. We killed the Constitution, we killed the NED, we killed the I-81 pipeline, we killed gas storage at Seneca Lake, we killed fracking in the whole state, we killed Port Ambrose, we killed the the Empire Northeast access. We've killed a lot of these pipelines. We've been extremely successful in New York, and thank you, Governor Cuomo, for helping us out, and thank you, Attorney General Schneiderman. But we need you on this. This is a really big deal, and we need the NGOs. We need Frack Action. We need Catskill Citizens. We need Mountain Keeper on this. We need River Keeper. This is a really, really big deal. It's happening very, very quickly. We have one station that's built. It snuck in under the radar. Nobody's watching this thing. No, there's no regulation. Let me show you this, okay? So this is what the town of Fenton doesn't realize. That this is going to impact a lot more than just the town of Fenton. Town of Fenton ends like right up in here. That's the town of Fenton up this way. So let's say the trucks are heading to New York City or south on 81. They're going to come down Route 7. Look, these are all homes. These are all homes up in here. All these are homes. Look at all the homes. This is Otsoningo Park over here. Right? This is Broome Community College. There's a lot of kids going to college, driving these roads. These big trucks are going to be coming down Route 7 and over Bevere Street and getting on the highway that way. That's if they're going south or east. Let's look if they're going north, like northeast on 88. Look what they got to do. They got to come down here and they got to cross this little bridge. What's this? I forget the name of this street. I'll get down there. So this is This is Phelps Street. They got to basically make a detour and come back the service road. This is if they're going up 88, like to the Port of Albany. And one last one. Let's see, what's the route going to look like if they're going like out west on 1786. Again, coming down Route 7. Coming down Route 7 to this interchange. That's like 5 miles? How many miles is that? Look at all these homes that are right here. This is not acceptable. I think this is the city of Binghamton. The city of Binghamton starts down here somewhere, pretty close. So, this is not acceptable. The town of Fenton is the town planning board, they're the only board that needs to be looking at this. What about Broome County? Is Broome County zoning? Broome County, emergency management, do they know about this? This needs to have a big sign-off. This needs to have a FERC sign-off. This needs to have New York State Department of Environmental Protection sign-off on this. Are these facilities going to be venting? What kind of, what's the air emissions? We need to have people that know about this, and that's the New York State DEC. We need the DEC looking at this, Department of Transportation looking at this. Nobody is looking at this, friends. So we need you, we need everybody, we need all of us coming to the town of Fenton on Tuesday night. Tuesday night is, once again, Tuesday, May 23rd. And let me see if I can find it. Again, the address for the town of Fenton is Fenton Town Hall, 44 Park Street, Port Crane, New York. Please come this coming Tuesday. That's May 23rd at 6 p.m. And bring signs if you want to. We're going to have a rally in the parking lot. And we're going to let these people know that this project needs to move slowly and carefully. And we need to have a lot more eyes on this than are looking at it. So, okay, thanks a lot. This is Bill Houston signing off. See you on Tuesday night at the Town of Fenton Town Hall. Thanks a lot. Bye.